Hello guys, and welcome once again to a new video. Today we have in front of us a nice amplifier. This is the Harman Kardon HK6650R amplifier, which was given to me to try to repair by a colleague of mine from work. To be honest, I think I have an idea what's going on with it, but let me tell you a little bit what's going on. Yeah. So when connected to speakers, at some point one of the speaker is a little bit louder than the other one. Unfortunately, I am now filming this intro second time because at first I wanted to show you how it sounds, but unfortunately I have a mono microphone and you cannot sense the difference between the speakers, so you have to believe me that this has a problem. And initially my colleague said it has to do with the input selector button, but I think it's not the case. Working with it and playing a little bit with it, I saw that here there is a button. This is tone defeat, and here we have two knobs. One is for bass and treble, and this button specifically is deactivating the bass and treble. When it's tone defeat pressed, then you have the purest sound, the sound that initially is entering the machine without any intervention from an equalizer. Yeah, and with this tone defeat, actually the everything sounds okay. Yeah, but dull. Yeah, it lacks the bass, the treble, how music should sound, and also it's not okay like this. More than this, when I'm pressing this button just a little bit, the difference in volume between the two speakers are changing. Sometimes in the left speaker is a little bit louder, then when I press it a little bit, then the right speaker is a little bit louder. It depends. Yeah, and also makes a lot of crackling noise, this button. So I presume the entire problem is on this equalizer board, or part of the board itself, yeah, which is located here in this area. And in this video I want to address this, maybe just clean the button. Maybe this is everything that it needs to be done. Yeah, mind you, this is a very well maintained unit, so I'm sure it will be a breeze to work on it. Yeah, so maybe it's a good idea to show you a little bit what I'm talking about. So I will connect it to the power, yeah, and power it on. It's already powered on. You see the LED. Now we have a little bit of crackle. I don't know if you hear it, but let's press this button. Yeah, and believe me, first time I did this, it was a huge crackle, not like this now. So you saw, it's clear there is a problem over here. So in this video I want to address this. So first of all, let's I've disconnected from the mains. We don't want any power on the board anymore. Yeah, we will disconnect everything. And this should leave us with plenty of room to work with. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm filming this in one go, so bear with me for the removal of the screws. So we have 3 on one side, 3 on other side, and on the back side we have 2 up here. These are all Phillips head screws. Yeah, so Fortunately, these are short screws, so I will try to go quicker on this part. And get directly to working on the board. And oops, we have removed the upper part. And let me change the view so you can see what I'm working on. Yeah. Good. So very interesting design. Here you see two rods going all the way back, and actually here are the buttons. Yeah, these rods are main only to push the buttons from the front side. So these are the speaker selector buttons. But what we want to address is actually over here. Let me see if I can change the view of the camera just a little bit so you can see this part over here. Yeah, and everything is actually on this board over here, which I see it has a little bit of a bend like this. Yeah, very interesting. Okay, so somehow we have to get to this part. So I'm sure we will need to remove all the knobs. Let's remove the screws over here. And see if we have access to something. I think we have something also on the, yeah, also on this side as well. Oops. Oops. So we have two screws also on the back side. We need to remove them in order to remove the front panel. So other than this, I don't see anything that should give us access. And with this we remove the front panel, and we lost one button. And here is a spring, so we will need to be careful with all the buttons here. Let me put it aside. Good. And the button itself, it's right here on the board. Very interesting design. And here we have an additional board. As you can see here, yeah, made by Sony. I think this is for the remote control, so we don't have anything to do with it. Yeah, so what's interesting for us is this button over here, which we have two screws and additional two screws over here for the other buttons. Yeah, but I don't know if this gives us access to completely remove it. Let's see. So let's remove. One and two. I'm really curious to see why do we have this bend of the PCB there. Yeah. So already I sense that the board is loose by removing these screws. By the way, sorry for my voice, but now I'm recovering after a cold. A cold that my kid brought home from kindergarten. Yeah, so yet again, I'm not a specialist of repairing everything, so I'm doing this as a hobby. So please don't be so harsh on the comments. But I would really like to hear from you in the comment section below. If I'm doing something not okay, then please tell me. I'm open to constructive criticism, so come on. Stubborn screw. And let's see. So yeah, we have access to the board now. Yeah, but we still need to remove additional stuff. So let me switch again. Yeah. So as you can see here, we have some routed cable. So we need to remove that. Okay. And now more or less we have access to the board. Yeah, so we still need to remove some cables. So I see already some connections, but I'm afraid these are not connectors, plug-in connectors, yeah, mating connectors. They are actually soldered one. So I would be really interested to know how to remove these ones. Yeah. Oh, it's just plug. Okay. 1 and 2. Remove this as well. Now we have more access, but unfortunately we still need to remove this board as well, because there are some as I said, some connectors down there. As you can see, yeah. So this one, this one, this one, this one, and also here. So the problem that we have is actually this here. And I don't know if you can see, but this switch has a lot of connections, yeah. And I already can see two of the pins are not even soldered, but yeah, could be that this is like it was in from factory, yeah. No. Very interesting design. But I think we can test it also in this state. So let me do something. Yeah. Let me grab some alcohol. Yeah. I know I have a syringe somewhere. Maybe there's no need to, yeah, open it more. So, as a lot of people are saying, work smart, not hard. So first of all, let's do the simplest things. Come on, where did I put those? It's always a hustle to find something here. Found it. Ta-da! And we will use some isopropyl alcohol. And this nice looking syringe. We will take just a little bit of alcohol. And we will inject alcohol directly into the switch. Yeah. Exactly over here. Everywhere there is a small space. Good. And now just let us play with the button. Yeah. Press and depress hundreds of times. This will make the isopropyl alcohol go to the internals of the button. Yeah. And if there is any corrosion or stuff, it will clean it. completely. Yeah? So I'm looking at the connections over here, so I don't see any loose connection. So I will connect again the speakers. One here. Come on. Let me change the view. So if you enjoy this type of videos, yeah, consider subscribing to my channel. But if you want to see anything else, just let me know in the comment section below. I'm really curious to hearing from you. What would be something that you want to see? Yeah. Again, I'm not a specialist in repairing stuff, so I don't have a business out of it. It's just a hobby that I like to film and share with you the little bit of knowledge that I have. Yeah, so don't get it wrong. And let's see if the crackle has disappeared. Yeah. Okay, so power on. So first of all, I don't hear any white noise or hiss. This was present before, so this is a good sign. And let's try the button. Really interesting. So I don't hear anything, so let's try and test it. Yeah, so I will try to put some music. Maybe some royalty-free music. I don't want to get copyrighted. Okay, so let's go to YouTube. YouTube audio library, and let's try one of it. Oh, we need to. So next day here, I thought initially that the problem was solved, but after leaving the unit to sit for a while and then testing it again, I've noticed the crackle started again. Maybe the isopropyl alcohol evaporated, and there is more corrosion inside. Yeah. Well, it was not that hard that it was initially. Yeah, the crackling loud, but. And also the problem with the speakers was resolved, but it was unbearable to let it sit like this. So therefore I open it again, and now we will start from where we left off yesterday. Yeah. In the meantime, I also removed the bottom side. Yeah. So, if you can see, this will give us access to the underneath part of this board over here, and also let a little bit of room to squeeze the ribbon cables out of here, because they are soldered on the board, and they are not not a typical connector, as I also said yesterday. Yeah, so we need to remove these rods. As you can see, I also put back everything back together. Yesterday I was convinced that the problem was resolved, but yeah. But let's test it. Yeah, again. Now it's a cold start. I didn't start it before. Just prepare it. So I'm really curious how this sounds like. Yeah. The volume is okay. I don't see. So I think you also can hear it. And now gradually it's going down. Okay, so it's clear. Let me completely remove this connector over here. Yeah, it's held in place by 10 pins, and 2 of them are bent, so it will be really interesting how to do this. Yeah. As I said, I cannot completely remove the board because they are soldered, so I will need to unsolder a lot of connectors over here, and this will be a huge hassle. Yeah. But maybe we can do something with our soldering gun and yeah, this pump. Where is it? Yeah. So let me try to switch the camera. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. Oops. So we will work here on this board on this connector. Yeah. So let's start. I will need some flux, which I already put here. first glance everything looks nice. We still need to remove 2 of them. And we have another one. So I'm sure you cannot see what I'm doing here, but actually what I'm doing is removing the solder from the pins of the connector, but I cannot change the angle. Yeah. So let me see if I can do something. No, it's so hard. I'm afraid I will break something, so the first 2 pins are bent. There is still some solder there. Still need to remove it. Good. So now it looks okay. And also all the pins look okay. So let's completely remove the connector. Yeah. So we have the connector removed. And let's make a small mark on it to know that this is the upper part. Even though I don't know if it's something extremely important. Yeah. So to be honest, I was curious if I can open up this this connector in order to clean it properly. Yeah, so yeah, definitely this is better. Yeah. So this is the upper part, and now we have access through these small holes here. Yeah. In here I will use some contact cleaner. Yeah. So this contact cleaner, besides isopropyl alcohol, also has some lubricants, special lubricants needed for connectors and stuff. Yeah. So hopefully this will make a difference. So I will squeeze some here. Well, this was a lot. And with this occasion we will also solder it better on the board. Might be that the connection of the pins was not okay. Yeah, usually with this old equipment they are getting some cold connections. This is how they are called, and an additional amount of fresh solder will resolve the problems. But yeah, let's see. So I already can sense that the movement is not smooth. It's like I don't know, grinding on something. Yeah. But unfortunately I don't have anything anything conductive. Yeah, and I don't want to use VD40. I don't recommend using VD40 in electronics. Let me get the sense of this one as well. So for example, this one is smooth. Yeah. Completely different story. and I don't have another one of these. Let me test on the multimeter and see what's going on. So on continuity, let me see if I can do it with one hand. Yep, why not? Okay. When it's depressed, okay, and when it's pressed, really interesting how this works. Let me see if I can find a code on it or something. How can I identify this this switch? Let me see on this one. So if this is depressed, we said, so this is the upper one. So it's like mirrored, yeah, it's exactly the same. You can put it or either way. But and when it's pressed, these two, this means that these two as well. So it's a connection between these two when it's pressed. Others, and also these two. So these two and these two. These two and these two. Okay. When it's depressed, are the ones on the edges. So this has two states. Yeah, doesn't matter, either like this you can put it, either like this, yeah, or like this on the board. When it's pressed are pin 2 and 3 and 3 and 4, and also on the other side they are mirrored, completely mirrored, yeah. And when it's depressed, there are the 2 pins on each edge. Yeah. Let's see if this is the same. Should be, yeah, the same on this. So now it's pressed. This means that it should be pin 2 and 3. And yes, it is. Anyway, we have to take into consideration that this is on the board, yeah. Yes, and yes. And between 1 and 2, only if it's depressed. Yeah. Well, I found something on the board, yeah, but I don't know if you can see it. If you take a look on the first pin right over here, yeah, I don't know how to do it, yeah, but you have to believe me. So these are the holes for the pins, yeah. The first one over here, the pad is ripped, or it's corroded. So there's no more pad. So we will need to shunt it before soldering back. So we can do this with our drill. Yeah, definitely this was corroded. There's a lot of rust there. So I don't know how to do it. Let me see if I can put the microscope somehow. Yeah. Let me power on the microscope. Oops. Can we see something? No? Yeah, no. Oops. So there's no more pad here, and I drilled a little bit, yeah, next to it. Other ones look more or less okay. Let's see on the other side. Okay, there's no one out there, and okay, so all of them look okay. Good. Let's switch back and let's put it back again. Okay. Good. So in case this will not work, then for sure we will need a new a new switch. Therefore, let me make a photo of it. This is a switch from manufacturer Alps. Yep. So let's straighten the pins. And now we can put it back on the board. Here we have a problem. This is bent, so we need to put it back in place, like so. Okay. And now we have a steady connection. And we can solder everything back. So for this we will use some flux. And some solder. And let's start with the first one. So I'm sure you cannot see anything here, and I'm sorry about that. We need additional flux. And now we have fresh solder, which is the ideal situation. Good. Let's clean the area with some alcohol to remove the flux. Yeah. This way we can clearly inspect everything there. And to be honest, everything looks nice. Yeah. And I would try to test it just to be sure that everything works. Yeah. In case it's not working, then for sure we need to change the. Let me change the view. So in case it's not working, then we need to change this this connector, not connector, switch. Yeah. Because it's not something that is serviceable, so we need to buy another one. That's why I made a photo of it. So anyway, this video is getting long and I don't want to keep you waiting anymore. It's clear that the problem is coming from here. No other component here looks to be affected or should have any problems. Yeah, we don't have any electrolytic capacitors or something that is suspicious anyway. So let's quickly test it, because I'm also really curious. So let's connect the speakers. So here I have two test speakers. They are small, 15 watts. Yeah, so nothing high fidelity, so I cannot hear the small, but upstairs in the living room I have a pair of MB quartz speakers, high fidelity speakers, which are perfect to test this type of unit. So these speakers are only giving me maybe an idea of how it works. Okay, so let's power on. Okay. We have now so we have that small pop. I don't know if you can hear it. This was the same last time. Yeah, unfortunately, what can I say? Yeah, it's not something that we can repair always. It's sometimes we need to exchange the parts. To be honest, I don't know if we can find this type of connector. Otherwise, we will need to retrofit something, and this is not ideal. Yeah, on this nice unit. But yeah, for the moment, it is what it is. Yeah. What can I say? Thanks for watching. If you like this type of video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I'm trying to get into my workshop here a lot of interesting things that I want to repair and find it if I can do it. Yeah. So again, thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Bye bye.